So are you to my thoughts as food to life, or as sweet seasoned showers are to the ground? And for the peace of you I hold such strife as twixt a miser and his wealth is found, now proud as an enjoyer and anon doubting the filching age with steal his treasure, now counting best to be with you alone, then bettered that the world may see my pleasure, sometime or full with feasting on your sight, and by clean starved for a look, possessing or pursuing no delight, save what is had or must from you be took. Thus do I pine and surfeit day by day, or glutening on all or all the way. Why is my verse so barren of new pride, so far from variation or a quick change? Why with the time do I not glance aside to new-found methods and to compounds strange? Why write I still all one, ever the same, and keep invention in a noted weed, that every word doth almost tell my name, showing their birth and where they did proceed. معنى نقدر نقول عنها proceed بالأو. احنا عندنا كلمتين، هسه هاي 100% كسر proceed، تمام؟ إذا نقدر نقول طبعا هي تلائم ويل ويت، تمام؟ نقدر نقول عنها proceed، طبعا proceed يكمل، proceed يتبع، يسمونه proceeding by. تذكرها proceeding by؟ proceeding by اللي يجي بعد proceeding by يجي ببداية من جماعة الأصوات مع بيتر روتش. Oh no, sweet love, I always write of you, and you and love are still my argument. So all my best is dressing old words new, spending again what is already spent. For as the sun is daily new and old, so is my love still telling what is told. Thy glass will show thee how thy beauties wear, thy dial how thy precious minutes waste. The vacant leaves thy wind's imprint will bear, and of this book, this learning mayst thou taste the wrinkles which thy glass will truly show. Of mouthed graves will give thee memory, thou by thy dials shady stealth mayst know time's thievish progress to eternity. Look what thy memory cannot contain, commit to these waste blanks, and thou shalt find those children nursed, delivered from thy brain, to take a new acquaintance of thy mind. These offices, so oft as thou wilt look, shalt profit thee and much enrich thy book. So oft have I invoked thee for my muse, and found such fair assistance in my verse, as every alien pen hath got my use. and under thee their poesy disperse. Thine eyes that taught the dumb on high to sing, and heavy ignorance aloft to fly, have added feathers to the learned's wing, and given grace a double majesty. Yet be most proud of that which I compile, whose influence is thine and born of thee. In others' works thou dost but mend the style, and arts with thy sweet graces graced be. But thou art all my art, and dost advance as high as learning my rude ignorance. هو عند شكسبير advance وهنا ignorance. هنقراها بشكل طبيعي الآن حاليا. Whilst I alone did call upon thy aid, my verse alone had all thy gentle grace. But now my gracious numbers are decayed, and my sick muse doth give another place. I grant, sweet love, thy lovely argument deserves the travail of a worthier pen. Yet what of thee thy poet doth invent, he robs thee of and pays it thee again. He lends thee virtue, and he stole that word from thy behavior. Beauty doth he give, and found it in thy cheek he can afford. No praise to thee but what in thee doth live. Then thank him not for that which he doth say, since what he owes thee thou thyself dost pay. Oh, how I faint when I of you do right, knowing a better spirit doth use your name, and in the praise thereof spends all his might, to make me tongue-tied speaking of your fame. But since your worth wide as the ocean is, the humble as the proudest sail doth bear, my saucy bark, inferior far to his, on your broad main doth wilfully appear. Your shallowest help will hold me up afloat, whilst he upon your soundest deep doth ride, or being dragged, I am a worthless boat. He of tall building and of the goodly pride, then if he thrive and I be cast away, the worst was this, my love was my decay. Or I shall live your epitaph to make, or you'll survive when I in earth am rotten. From hence your memory death cannot take, although in me each part will be forgotten. Your name from hence immortal life shall have, though I, once gone to all the world, must die. The earth can yield me but a common grave, when you entombed in men's eyes shall lie. Your monument shall be my gentle verse, which eyes not yet created shall overread, and tongues to be your being shall rehearse. When all the breathers of this world are dead, you still shall live. Such virtue hath my pen, where breath most breathes, even in the mouths of men. I grant thou wert not married to my muse, and therefore mayst without attained overlook the dedicated words which writers use. هذا فعل to my muse هذا اسم. هذا عند شكسبير يوز muse هو نفس الشيء، فعل اسم نفس الشيء. Of their fair subject, blessing every book. Thou art as fair in knowledge as in hue, finding thy worth a limit past my praise, and therefore art enforced to seek anew some fresher stamp of the time battering days, and do so love. Yet when they have devised what strained touches rhetoric can lend, thou truly fair wert truly sympathized in true plain words by thy true telling friend, and their gross painting might be better used where cheeks need blood, in thee it is abused. So might be هذا هاي إضافة، هذا used لأن فعل. it is شيء بعده فعل، إذن هذا abused حجته صحيحة بالصوت is لأن فعل واضح. I never saw that you did painting need, and therefore to your fair no painting set. I found, or thought I found, you did exceed the bare intender of a poet's debt, and therefore have I slept in your report that you yourself, being extant, well might show how far a modern quill doth come too short. Speaking of earth, what worth in you doth grow? The silence for my sin you did impute, which shall be most my glory, being dumb. For I impair not beauty, being mute, when others would give life and bring a tomb. There is more life in one of your fair eyes than both your poets can in praise devise. خلينا نسولف على بعض الأشياء. ركز على السطر رقم 13. ليش حكيت أنا بالذات their lives wasted their lives؟ أنا أقول أولا there هنا فاعل lives المضارع البسيط اللي live، إذن هذا فعل وهذا مفعول به. لو كانت على أساس life وتجمع على أساس lives لكانت there are، صح ولا لا؟ لأن هذا are عبارة عن فعل يحتاج لاسم، اسم lives أو there is life، بينما there هو عبارة عن مثابة الفاعل، فما أحتاج هي وشي توذن الضمائر. تمام؟ زائد كان فعل مساعد، وهذا devises فعل رئيسي مجرد طبعا، وهذا الحشو مالته يعني يصير أن تفصل بين الفعل الناقص والفعل الرئيسي بشيء. فشو نقول؟ راح نقول eyes. تمام؟ شو نقول أيضا كذلك؟ راح نقول devise. هذا who is it that says most, which can say more than this rich praise, that you alone are you, in whose confine immured is the store, which should example where your equal grew, lean penury within that pen doth dwell, that to his subject lends not some small glory, but he that writes of you If he can tell that you are you, so dignifies his story. Let him but copy what in you is writ, not making worse what nature made so clear, and such a counterpart shall fame his wit, making his style admired everywhere. You to your beauteous blessings. You to your beauteous blessings add a curse, being found on praise, which makes your praises worse.